Okay, so I guess I'm gonna start doing this thing where I share with you what I learned at youth group because, hey, why not? So, I'm gonna read off my notes and then I'm gonna explain them. Or maybe I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I just wanted to ignore the people in the background. um, okay, so the series that we're doing is called Come With Me. And it's kind of like, hey, you should come with me on this like spiritual journey and stuff. Okay, so you should never go to church to get things. You should always go there to give, because if you come to church to to get, then you're never gonna feel satisfied. You're always just gonna be sucking the life out of people instead of giving life to others. You know what I mean? We will never do the things God's intended us to do without the right people in our lives. So this is a huge thing. You need the right people in your life. Are they people who do drugs, drink alcohol, do all those really horrible things? I mean, drinking alcohol in moderation is okay, but I don't do it because it's illegal if you're not 21 years old. But doing drugs and getting drunk and all that stuff, are those people in your circle? Like, do you allow those people to be around you and do you hang out with those people? Or do you have people who are inspirational and are very spiritually strong and motivate you to do good things? Think about that. And also think about who the 5 closest people in your life are, because like the 5 closest people that you have in your life are the ones who are going to have the most impact on you. What they do is going to impact you a lot more than the rest of the people around you. Without godly people in your life, you will not be in a good place in 5 years. And again, this goes back to the drugs and sex and getting drunk thing. If you do that, like if you're surrounded by people who do that, where do you see yourself in 5 years? If you hang around those people for 5 years, do you think you're going to be doing what God calls you to do? Like, do you think that you're going to be in a good place? Like, that's not surrounded by all that horrible stuff, because it always ends in consequences. Those things have consequences, but are you surrounded by people who do good things and listen to God and like follow God and have good spirits? I'm horrible at preaching. I'm sorry, I'm like nervous, I don't know why. Because if you hang out with those kind of people, where do you see yourself in 5 years? You see yourself doing things you never thought you would be able to do because God is in that situation. But if you surround yourself with drugs and sex and make your whole life about that, because the people that you hang out with are about that, God is not going to be there. He wants to be there for you, but he's not going to be in that. He's not that. I don't know how to explain it. He's just not in that circle. He's in the circle. He's in your circle, but he wants you to get out of that circle. He wants you to be in the circle of people who are godly and who can lift you up in the bad times and all that stuff. I'm so horrible. Okay. A lot of us know we are in a battle, and we're not okay when we are. When we are in a battle, a lot of times we are alone. When we are alone, we want someone to lift us up. We need help. The only way to get that help is to be surrounded by the people who are good people for us, the right people for us, because, let me switch the page. When you are surrounded by the right people for the right reason, God shows up and the right things happen. when you are surrounded by loving, caring people, people who love God, people who love you. Oh my gosh, I just made a weird noise. Sorry. Then God shows up. God is there. And He will do all the right things, and it'll all happen for the right reason. When you're surrounded by drugs and horrible things, God's not going to be there. He's going to be with the other people who are gathering for the right reason. Gathering for drugs and getting drunk and stuff is not a good reason to have good things happen. Good things happen. Good things do not come out of drugs and stuff like that. I don't know why I'm using drugs and stuff like that. I don't know, it's like such an easy thing to use for bad things, because they are bad. The life God intended us for isn't meant to be easy. So whenever you're in a battle, don't think like, oh my gosh, obviously this isn't the life for me. Like, obviously God has something different. And yes, I mean, maybe that's the path God is putting you on, because God always does something for a reason. It's never going to be easy. He will never put you through an easy time. Like, it just will never get easier. It'll only become easier because God is there, and God is putting you through things that will get you to the place He wants you to be. And when God shows up, the right things happen. That is very true. When God is involved in situations, He can make all things new and all things better. You can overcome wavering faith when godly people are in your circle. So if you ever feel like you have those days when you're just like, oh my gosh, I can conquer the world because God's here, and like, I just feel so great, and like, I just feel like everything is amazing. And you also have those days where you're just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I don't have any faith, and I'm done. I can't do it. When you are surrounded by the right people, and you have God in your circle, in your little circle of people. I don't think I explained the circle here. Let me explain the circle really quick. The circle is, like, your circle is like a little hula hoop. When you let bad people who are negative and don't do any good to your life into your circle, it only sucks the life out of you. When you let good people into your circle, it brings life to you. They're giving to you instead of getting things from you. And, okay, so back to, you can overcome wavering faith when you have godly people in your circle. When you have godly people in your circle and God in your circle, it just becomes so much easier to be uplifted and uplifted. Why did that sound so weird? It's just so much easier to stay strong in your faith and keep God in your heart at all times, and you don't have those days. I mean, everybody has those days, but it's a lot less frequent that you have those days where you're like, I can't do this anymore. I don't know if God's real. Like, I just don't know if He exists. Like, what is He doing in my life? I don't understand. But when you have godly people and God in your life, in your circle, then everything is, like, your faith is stronger. So yeah, that's what I learned at youth group tonight. I think I'm going to do this every Sunday. Yeah, thank you guys for watching it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you like these videos. I don't know. I just like to do it because I want to remember how great of a message my youth group always gives. I don't know what's going on outside of my room, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this isn't too boring, and I hope I'm not too quiet. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!